So, first of all, thank you all for being part of this jury. And we should also say a big thank you to Patrick, who, in his infinite wisdom, has brought us all together for this Caples Awards. So, thank you, Patrick. Um, I think it's quite humbling to be among so many amazing award-winning people, but also how refreshing that we can all chat and talk and have passionate discussions as we have done in some of the socials that Patrick's organised. And I think for me that's the most refreshing thing about being with just creative people rather than people from all different parts of the agency or with clients. And that's what makes this really unique as an award show, that it's just about creative people. So all the barriers, all the politics, all the kind of like strings that are being pulled from left, right, and centre because of sponsors and clients that have invested money and whatever, all of that crap has gone. It's just about celebrating the work. And I think that's what I would love to see at the end of this, a body of work which we can look at and go, wow, that was a moment in time which is captured and which celebrates what we're all about, which is great ideas, which are beautifully executed and which kind of stimulate some kind of debate or action or impact or some kind of reaction. So for me, that's the agenda. So I think between us, let's have no politics. Let's not have any kind of tactical voting. Let's really please just celebrate the work for what it is and vote our scores accordingly. Now, I just want to talk about the word best because it's one of those what I call fat words that can mean so many different things. I mean, God, what is the best coffee really? The cheapest one made of cat poo or whatever that special expensive one is, or the one that's fair trade or whatever. So best is one of those nebulous words, and it means different things to all of us. So I think that's actually brilliant. Let's look at it from all of our different cultures, all of our different beliefs, and get those conversations really buzzing when we get together and do our scoring. Now, we've all judged awards before. We all know the drill, but it's just one thing that I want to talk about, and that's as you score, it's really really easy for the most kind of polarizing work, which is often the most exciting, to get a really high score and a really low score. So it levels itself out. So what I'd say is don't really mark in the middle if possible, because if you're not sure, just one way or the other. And I remember judging at the campaign big awards, and there was a campaign, ironically, for Marmite, which was love it and hate it. And it was one of those that fell between people thinking it was brilliant and some people thinking it was awful. But it was a defining piece of work. And it got to the point when we were looking at the scores that it hadn't even made the shortlist. And someone flagged the fact that actually this is a travesty, and the debate started. And it was because it was such a polarizing piece of work that it essentially, the aggregate score was a 5, which was meant that it was just an average piece of work according to other work there. So I don't know quite how the scoring works, but I think it's really up to us. If we feel that there's a piece of work that hasn't got through and we feel passionately that it should, let's kind of put the scoring metrics to one side and just passionately fight for that piece of work. I hope that's all right to say that, Patrick, but I think that's important. Obviously, we need to be respectful of each other's points of view. I think passionate argument is an amazing thing, and I'm looking forward to that happening. But again, there are different ways to argue. So let's be really positive. Let's also look for work that's distinctive in its category. And I say distinctive, I want work that really stands out. There's a lot of beautifully crafted work there, but does it have a really punchy idea? Does it have an impact? Not necessarily a shock impact, but does it have an impact that makes us that stirs us to think, not just, wow, did I do that? But wow, how is that moving the needle forward? And then let's celebrate what it is that we do. Let's celebrate the people that are brave, that are, are doing new things, that are risking their reputations on putting their ideas out there and doing something which is great. That's it, really. We all know what we're doing. I hope it's fun, most importantly. I think Patrick's referenced the fact that the numbers are down. I actually think in some ways that's a positive because you do get a bit blind just judging idea after idea. And the idea of wading through thousands of entries that are mediocre doesn't appeal to me. The idea of looking through a shorter number that are of a higher quality is much more appealing. So every award competition is down on entries. You know, it's just a sign of the budget cuts all over the place. And as we know, creative budgets are always the first to be hit. So let's celebrate what it is that we do, have fun, and have a great debate. And thank you.